For the first time in 8 years, the Lakers find themselves nationally ranked as they return home here this evening against a very good Montevallo squad that comes up as an old conference rival, but 1-1-1. Don't let that record fool you. They are very loaded and deep, and they are taking on one of the best scoring teams in the country in Clayton State. And we welcome you alongside everyone. I'm Bill Schindler. Well, one of the subplots today, unfortunately, is the Lakers are without their leading scorer and one of the best scorers in the nation, as they'll be without Ryan King, a little bit of an injury. King is right now, he is the leader in total goals. He's got 7 at the D2 level. He also leads the nation in total points with 15, and he's third in both goals per game at 1.75 and points per game 3.75. They've got to do without him, although this is a very good team. They've been banged up a little, went on the road, had a good showing. No kidding. They went out and they had a very well-fought victory against Tampa, a 1-0 victory, that shutout win. But the game before at Southern Wesleyan, they just blew the wheels off of that. 10-0 victory. That was very, very impressive. So there's so many things we'll go through as the game progresses to tell you about all of the spectacular superlatives at this point that the Lakers have. But, like we said, no Ryan King tonight, so that makes the challenge just a little bit harder. Let's get you the starting lineups, though. First, for the visiting Montevallo Falcons, we told you they're 1-1-1. Don't let that record fool you, though. It's a good team. So they've got a veteran from Poland in goal. That is Robert Kuta. He's been pretty good all season. They've not really been blown out. They've got some good scorers, too. Let's tell you, though, about the midfielder. As number 4 is Vladik Margolin. He's from Israel. Wearing number 6 is Mario Grotzel, a defender from Germany. Their best scorer is number 9. That is Nemanja Asimovic. He is from Belgrade, Serbia. And then number 11 is Antonio Matabash from Barcelona, Spain. 13, a midfielder, is Cyprian Nagoma. And number 14, Logan Buckley. He's another midfielder. Number 16 is Luke Garner. Number 19 is Ruben Carvalho. And number 22, Rob McNeil. And rounding out the roster, the starting lineup for Montevallo, number 25, Fausto Castillo from Guatemala. So there you go for the visiting team. And now let's tell you about Pete Peterson and the number 19 Lakers. And we'll do that right after the national anthem. So let's pause for that, and then we'll get you the starting 11 for your Lakers. National anthem behind us. Let's tell you that starting lineup for Pete Peterson, as this is the 49th time they've been ranked under Coach Peterson. And Theo Blachon, one of the best goalkeepers now in the country, the 6'6 junior transfer from Tyler Junior College in Texas, the product of France, is nursing a little bit of a shoulder injury, but he's good to go. Tobias Gertner, the graduate student from Germany, has played his way into the starting lineup and been playing very well. Toby will wear number 2. Jordan Knight as the senior, not the captain right now on the team. That switched over to Tim Neusser, but Jordan's still just a stalwart there all 4 years here from Javia, Spain. It'll be Connor Atkinson, an Englishman, redshirt senior who has been here through thick and thin. Now, in the good times, Atkinson wearing number 8. Brad Kay, one of the better scorers on this team up front. The forward from Manchester, England, wears number 12. Hector Gutierrez getting the starting nod. The defender from Asheville, North Carolina, transferred a few years ago. Spartanburg Methodist Community College, wears number 14. Josh Rogers has become a solid defender as the graduate student from Newcastle, England. 6'4", big guy back there. They'll play him across in that defensive 4. Henry Nguyen, the junior from Helsinki, Finland. He's also been good in the midfield, one of those kind of holding midfielders who's really done a fine job with ball distribution. Jack Stevens wears number 21, the midfielder from Brisbane, Australia, a sophomore, transferring over from a D1 school. The sophomore is number 22, Langston Blackstock. He'll have to pick up the scoring now with Ryan King out. And Gio Rios will get the start, number 68, a freshman midfielder, although they'll put him up front. Seems like he'll be one of those that will be a striker. And so we'll see him probably flow in the offense as well. So keep an eye there. So there you go, starting lineup set, and we are about ready to roll here as we welcome you alongside once again. Bill Schindler with you. Right now, the Lakers, so many good things happening for them. This is a team that sees, like we said, Ryan King with all of the things that we went through earlier. But, of course, Theo Blachon tied for second now in the country with shutouts. He's got 3 of those. 13th in goals against average, 0.25. 19th in save percentage, that is .917. And Brad Kay, we talked about him. Kay's 24th now in the nation in scores. And nationally, I mean, this team overall, they are 3rd in the nation with total goals with 15, 4th in scoring offense at .375 a game, and 8th in total points. Although all that will be tested tonight without Ryan King, so sit back, relax. We're going to have a fun one, and we will see how the Lakers will deal with a good team here at home, ranked for the first time in 8 years, but unfortunately without the leading scorer in the nation tonight. Headed out by Montevallo, and there'll be a quick throw in by Rogers and the Lakers. Lakers moving right to left across your screen, sun in your eyes, but hopefully just for a few more minutes, and then you'll see a lot better. So will we. But the Lakers in their navy blues, trimmed with orange, yellow, canary yellow, with blue and white stripes down the sides of the shorts and around the biceps on the arms for Montevallo. Knight trying to extricate himself, goes over to Gertner on the near side. Gertner looking for a long pass, trying to get it upfield. He had to win on a breakaway, but it was stopped there by the defense. Loose ball. There's Rios, goes over to his right side. Now, let's see if the Lakers can get something going offensively, trying to get a little bit of a move over there with Stevens. Tripped up, goes back toward the box. That'll be lifted out to the far side by Montevallo. Held there on the far side by Gutierrez and the Lakers. Trying to work it back. They'll come back through Stevens. Again, crossing over Gutierrez into space, and that'll be to the keeper as Kuta gets a touch for it for the first time. Gio Rios was the closest as the Lakers up front with Rios, and they've also got Kay, and on the near side would be Langston Blackstock as taking this time, Kuta, a young man from Zieloni Góra in Poland. If you are up on your Polish geography, that is actually eastern Poland. It's almost on the German border. Not too far from there. As in fact, the funny part, we'll tell you about that as this game progresses. And there's another young man, Vladik Margolin, as he'll pass it ahead. Montebash had it for a moment, ricochets off there, and now there's the leading scorer, Asimovic, left foot and into the keeper's hands. So the first save for Theo Blachon, one of the best goalkeepers in the nation. So everybody right now has had at least, I believe, one save credited to them. 42-49 and ticking. Still no score early on. Long kick out. We'll have the first whistle of the match, and it'll be a foul against the Lakers trying to go for that header. Free kick here for the Falcons. What we were going to say, though, is that there's a lot of players, especially on the Montevallo side, speaking of which, one of them just had it there, Vladik Margolin, that are all, and there's Margolin right now, going back to the middle, all on kind of border towns on their respective countries. It's kind of interesting when you look up the hometowns, they all are very close to another country. As the man with it right now, as we said, is from Shalomi, Israel. Margolin, that is the very northern part of Israel. It's right on the border with Lebanon. You stand there and look across the border. Now on the attack, here comes Montevallo. And Knight plays it to his keeper. And so Jordan Knight played it back. The keeper came over. Blashon cut it off before it went off of Knight and over that end line for a corner for Montevallo. Good work there as the veteran senior playing some good defense. And then the junior keeper as the Lakers go back to him now. Blashon will look to... Well, looked like he was going to take it long, and now waits for some space. Got a big leg from where he is now. He does. Lays into it, puts it all the way in the attacking third off the head of Rios. Ricochet back, comes down off of K, far side, off of Rios' foot. Atkinson puts it toward Blackstock, couldn't connect. It'll ricochet all the way back as Atkinson plays it off here to Rogers. Rogers now coming down this near side. Looks for a little give and go to Blackstock into the corner. Did he lead him too far? Outpaced as the defender will go into the corner, play it off the end line. And I believe we're going to have a... No. Are we going to have a corner? Okay, the official saying it was a corner. I thought, and so did the defender for Montevallo, that was going to be off of a Laker. It was not. It sets up a corner. Connor Atkinson will do so from this near side. Atkinson at 40-40 on the clock. Sends it long, a header back, deflected though, and it'll go off of the end line. Another corner for the Lakers. It was a header on goal by Josh Rogers, but there was a good defensive attempt there. Good defensive stop by Montevallo. Couldn't see exactly who it was in this sunlight. We'll have that issue solved in a minute or two, as that will be a low in-swinger that is deflected back out there by Montevallo, and it'll be a throw-in from the far side sideline for the Lakers. They'll do so by going into Gutierrez. Rios. Gio Rios to the keeper and held on to by Robert Kuta. Kuta, like we said, has had a good start to his season to this point. He has had only one goal against in 3 starts, 13 saves, a .929 percentage. It's pretty doggone good no matter who you're playing. So Pete Peterson was saying before this match is in 1-1-1, you just look at it on paper and say the Lakers are 4-0, 19th in the country. Should be a breeze. Well, no, not the case, because this is a good team. They've played some pretty good opponents. They've got some good scorers. That'll be crossed too far, no win, but off of a header by Montevallo saves the Lakers. They'll have a throw-in on the far side. And, of course, the equalizer, as we said, if you're just tuning in late, Ryan King not playing tonight. He's got a big toe injury. It's not turf toe, but it is obviously something where it was a game-time decision, warmed up, and was a scratch. So King not in the starting lineup, the leading scorer in the nation. Been an impressive season for the young man who got his eligibility back. Here now is Rios. Rios plays it to the middle, trying to get it to K. Back to Rios, lifted in the air, and too strong. Blackstock was the closest on this near side, but was lifted well past him. It will be Kuta with the goal kick. Here as we are just under 39 minutes, almost under 38. 17 seconds left, and we'll be under that. Kuta lining it up. Long kick, headed back by Toby Gertner. Now an attacking chance for Asimovic. Plays it down to Margolin. Throw in for the Lakers off of Margolin. Vladik Margolin, one of their better attackers as well. There's 2 to watch that we were talking about. Ngoma. Cyprian Ngoma plays it to the middle. An attempt for Luke Gardner there. Gardner lost it. Lakers defense nicely played on that far side. Looked to be Gutierrez, I believe, over there. Now Rios with his speed. Rios has two on his left. Rios, a chance. Gio gave it up, though, but the ricochet comes right back to Rios. He's offsides as he puts it off of the far side post. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Well, they had everybody on side, and then it kind of got deflected, and as soon as that ball ricocheted out, then all the Lakers could do, they really had no chance. They were all offside because of the ricochet. Still a very good attack. We are scoreless. Just under 37 minutes here in the first half of play. Bill Schindler alongside. We thank you for being with us tonight. Light should be coming on momentarily. Sun just dipping down. A lot better visual for everyone watching as they'll go back to Kuta. Big right foot, swept the leg, goes over to the far side. Headed back there off of Rogers. And Rogers had to watch it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Grotzel. One of the defenders from Bavaria, Germany is Mario Grotzel. Montevallo, a very international squad, as are the Lakers. Long throw. Got all the way over the center line. Knight on defense watches it pass away as Garner will send it over to that far side. It'll slip out of bounds on the far side sideline. A throw in for Montevallo, and once again called on to do so will be Grotzel. Grotzel gives it a look, surveys the situation. There's nobody really close. This is going to be a long throw in anyway, just geographically. Goes it all the way into the box right in front of the win. Head in the air. Knight the closest. Blachon comes over, cuts off the attack, and now Theo with a big drop kick. Young man from just outside of the Alps in France. Been so good in goal. Like we said, though, he was questionable in the sense that everybody knew he was going to play, but still kind of a nagging injury. Has a shoulder injury, so they didn't have him diving as much this week, but still fine, good to go. Prepared for the game. Also, Dusan Stankovic is not available tonight. One of the outstanding midfielders as well for the Lakers. So there's some big injuries in ways, at least for this evening. I'm not sure how long they'll be. It's a kind of a growing thing for Stankovic, probably back, maybe not by Saturday, but hopefully within the next week or so. As back and forth go the Falcons. Play it through the center back, and now trying to get somewhat out of playing on their heels before Atkinson now takes it away. Good work by the Lakers midfielders. The win back through Knight. We'll play it back through the keeper, Blachon. Theo keeps it on the ground. Back through Atkinson. Young man from England goes to his fellow countrymen. By way now of Havia, Spain. It's Jordan Knight. Gertner plays it through Rogers. The young man from England on the go. Here's Blackstock trying to track it down, but there is Margolin. Plays it back up front. Carvalho, long way ahead, and Blachon waiting for it. Closest attacker was Asimovic. Nemanja Asimovic from Belgrade, 3 scores on the year. He is really their go-to attack, although they have other players that they could go to if it comes to scoring opportunities, but he is the preferred method of getting on the scoreboard. On that far side, back through Knight. He'll play it all the way back through the keeper. Why not? Nice little chop with the right foot off the side. Although Ricochet's there, poorly for the Lakers. Flag is up, offside called on the Falcons. Step back was Asimovic. So a free kick for Knight and the Lakers. Lights just coming on, sun just setting down. We're still on the rise in this one as we are ticking toward the 33-minute mark with no score so far between the number 19 ranked Lakers. Feels good to say, the Montevallo Falcons. Just doing the math on this, and I mean, this puts a little bit in perspective. The Lakers have not been ranked nationally in the country. Now there's an attack, though, by Montevallo on that far side. Here's Grotzel, and caught in the corner, a long throw in. They'll get it in quickly. Play it back to the outside. Montevallo trying to quickly attack as Knight gets it away through Atkinson. Atkinson playing it forward, trying to get it settled on the foot of Kay. Couldn't do so, but he plays it back to Blackstock, Logan Blackstock, from Coastal Carolina last year. Transferred over from D1. Off the foot of Rogers. Goes to his right. Gertner with it. Gertner goes back right to Rogers after thinking about going through Knight. Rogers off the deflection. It'll go right to Blackstock after hitting Logan Buckley, the midfielder from Las Vegas, Nevada, for Montevallo. Free kick here for the Lakers. Rogers will do the honors. Josh, big guy, 6'4", from Newcastle, England, transferred from the University of Northumbria. Into the back of the box, trying to head it down. Lakers can't do so. It looked like Kay was hanging around there. It is weather-wise a rather chilly evening by Georgia standards. We haven't probably seen temperatures like this since last April or May. It is going to get down into the low 60s tonight, maybe some places in the high 50s. You can kind of hear the wind. It has picked up. It's cooled down today. Low humidity. We're going to be in the mid-70s for this match. It is just pleasant. How about that? And like we said, if you've been in Georgia for the summer, this feels cold. It's now on the run. Montevallo trying to see if they can get their offense going. Right now, the Lakers' defense has been spectacular. They'll play it on the ground after stopping, going to Atkinson. Nice little right foot to his left. Comes over through Kay, big crosser, trying to work it over to the far side, received by one of his teammates. Now across back, and that is headed down, trying to get it to Blackstock. Ricochets back, though, to Kay. Kay to the middle. Rios, far side. Let's see, the Lakers will settle it there. Now on the run, trying to swing it in. Here's Gutierrez, crosses it back, looking for Kay, headed away by a defender, rolls off on the near side. Sideline, a throw in for the Lakers and Rogers. 30-30 on the game clock as we tick toward the half. The Lakers looking for their first score here this evening. One of the best scoring teams in the country. Swinging it back in front of the net, couldn't get it home. Trying to track it down, though, on the run. There's Jack Stevens, the young Aussie, the sophomore. And he'll lose it off of the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Montevallo. What we were saying, though, is the Lakers at the 30-minute mark here. Talking about them being ranked now 19th in the country. It's been 8 years since the last time they were ranked. So if you think about it, if a freshman is 18 years old here on the Lakers, they were 8 years old the last time that happened. That kind of puts things in perspective. 2,907 days? Wow. Actually, I'm sorry, they were 10. Oh, I said, yes, they were 10. And thank you for the exact number from Josh Darling. I did the math wrong on the ages. Josh had the precise days. It almost went off the near side sideline, kept alive by the Lakers and Blackstock. Rogers thought about going to Rios. Keeps on the ground to Atkinson. Nice little turn. Blackstock, beautiful passing. Goes to the middle. Nguyen to his right into space. Over there, I believe that is Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the crosser, headed back out. Good defense by Montevallo. They keep it alive, playing it down that far side. Luke Gardner on the run. Gardner gets past the slide tackle from Atkinson. Rios will tie him up. A whistle as he runs into Gertner. And not sure who they called it on, either Rios or Gertner, but either way, it is a foul against the Lakers. And a free kick from just over the center stripe for the Falcons. Ruben Carvalho from Mainz, Germany. Plays it to his left. Into the box. The attack here. Asimovic. And into the keeper's hands. Nice play there by Theo Blachon. Magnifique so far. So the Lakers still scoreless. Both teams, though, this has been exciting for a scoreless draw at this point. Here's Rios. Gio Rios in that lineup, replacing Ryan King tonight. It'll go back out to the midfield as now in control offensively are the Falcons for the moment. Gertner puts a foot into it. The win lifts it in the air. Fight in the midfield for possession. Rogers and the Lakers have it at the moment. Crosses the center line, plays it off of Carvalho. Back through now Asimovic and the midfield, or in the center back, and Rob McNeil. One of the few domestic products from Sharpsburg, Georgia, for Montevallo. They are, of course, in Alabama. Gutierrez Long pass, nobody in particular there, but getting it now is Jack Stevens. Lakers go to Kay. Kay losing control, and now in the feet of the Falcons. Far side. Play it down that far side wing for the moment before crossing it back now. Trying to cross the center stripe. Central part of the pitch. They'll play it back using the width. A man from Northern Israel, Margolin with the touch. Far side rolls out, throw in for the Lakers. Chance here for the throw in for Hector Gutierrez, the senior from Asheville, North Carolina. Transferred over a few years ago from Spartanburg Methodist Community College. Through Blachon, the keeper. Gertner now with it. Gertner, Rogers. Rogers heads up play. Left foot lifts it into space, but got it out of the attacking third, at least for the Falcons. Picked up there by Margolin. Slide tackle played away by Kay. There'll be a throw in for the Falcons and Margolin. Vladik Margolin exchanging pleasantries with Ryan King earlier before the match. We said the Lakers with that big 10-0 win, and then in some ways even better, the 1-0 win at Tampa on the road. Although, you know, they kind of downplayed that win. Tampa didn't have all of the players that they could have brought to bear. And the Lakers felt like they didn't play as well in that second half, and offsides. Ooh. Well, anyway, an offsides. Couldn't see. I guess he was, but looked like he had broke okay, but it was called on Brad Kay. Atkinson, Blackstock, now Rios. Back through Atkinson. Right foot on it. Nguyen. Nguyen, an interesting story if you haven't seen the earlier matches. Of course, he is Vietnamese descent. His parents went over to Finland. Into the hands of the keeper. Blackstock was down there, but looked more maybe like a threat than it really was. It looked like Kuta was in control of it for the most part, but Blackstock was headsy, just hanging around in case that was misplayed by the keeper. Lakers still 0-0. Not well struck, but it still does the trick as the wind did not hit it completely with his foot, but it gets over to Gutierrez nonetheless into the attacking third. Blackstock receives it, but then loses it just as quickly and is turned around there by Logan Buckley. Now on the run, near side. Think it went out. They'll play it on. That's Asimovic. Asimovic trying with the right foot to cross it into the wind. Plays it back into space. A touch there for Matabash. Matabash back with his right foot. Quickly touched there by Margolin. Back, cross to the right by Carvalho. And picked up there by, that would be the Lakers and Jack Stevens. Gutierrez tried to play it to Stevens. Intercepted for the moment by Ngoma. And the Falcons now with Luke Gardner trying to attack on that far side. Trying to swing it toward the box. They get in for a little bit before Knight will put it back out toward the center stripe. Waiting there, though, the defense for Montevallo. They swing it back, trying to get over to the near side. Blackstock nicely cut off. Rios has it. Rios tripped up just on the Lakers side of the center stripe. That might warrant a card, and it's going to. So Montevallo will draw the card. A yellow will be on Rob McNeil, the defender from Sharpsburg, Georgia, from Northgate High School. So the first yellow of the match. Lakers at the 24:01 mark will have this free kick. I'm going to place it just about where we'd kick off from, right in the middle, as that'll be Toby Gardner. Or Gertner, I should say. He does prefer, we've been told, Toby. Gertner into play. Now we are under 24 minutes. Still no score. Lakers ranked 19th in the country at the D2 level. Matabash to the middle. Carvalho had it for a moment. Logan Buckley playing it forward. Attacking there is Gertner, or Gardner, I should say. Gardner there. Gertner was playing him. And Blachon picks it up. To Kay. Lakers go over to the far side. Blackstock has switched wings. Here's Blackstock trying to cross it back. Cut off there by a defender before it could get to anybody for a shot on goal. And as we're at 23-20 and continuing to tick toward the half, it has been an exciting, fast pace of play on both sides first half. No substitutions for either side to this point. And the Lakers have been playing very well in all areas, but so is Montevallo. Margolin came off of K, and it'll be a throw-in for Montevallo. Margolin will throw it in. We said from Shalomi, Israel, right on the border with Lebanon. Of course, Israel's been in the news quite a bit lately. They've just had some presidential elections, or prime minister elections, I should say. Played over to the far side. Mario Gratzel, the Bavarian defender, puts it in the air. Back through now Atkinson after it came off of Rogers' feet. Lakers now with a chance to strike. Jack Stevens has switched wings as well with Blackstock. Plays it back, was trying to go to Atkinson. They weren't on the same page. Into the feet of Carvalho. Back to the middle, Matabash on the run. Here's Asimovic, and he'll be tripped up. Well, he'll trip up Gertner. Toby Gertner got tripped up from behind, and by Asimovic draws that foul, and a free kick for the Lakers. Taking it, though, is Rogers. Lakers will send in 3, including Crimmins, Tarunin, and Pimenta here in just a little bit. Far side, the Lakers with Gutierrez. Hector Gutierrez takes it across the center stripe, trying to go back through Atkinson. Little right foot give and go. Nobody there to go, though, as the keeper comes over. Kuta plays it with his feet and goes over at the 21.5-minute mark through his defense. Kuta, the goalkeeper, has been solid all year, and a solid veteran for them throughout his career, too. The young man from Poland. We saw him a few years ago, if memory serves correctly. Back in 2017 was the last time they visited here. It was Montevallo. I believe, I'll have to confirm that, but just a second, as on the run. Now, here's Asimovic. Cut off there. Good play, though, by the defense on that far side wing by Gutierrez. Plays it off the far side sideline. A throw in for Montevallo. I believe that was still when they were in the conference in 2017. We'll get Josh Darling's opinion on that. They were in the conference in 2017 in the Peach Belt, or had just gone out? I think they just went. So he's saying they just went out the year before. That probably makes some sense, as that goes back after the long throw in. The wind got a foot into it. Rio's trying to track it down and stay controlled there by Gratzel and the Falcons. Losing control, Blackstock. Atkinson now. Lost it in stride, came back for it, goes to Rogers. Trying to cross the center stripe. Rogers, nice little right-footed touch pass on the run. Here's Stevens. Stevens slows it down, gets in the box. And, woo, boy, that was nicely played by Vladik Margolin. Played it off, and we'll have the substitutions for the Lakers. First of the match here at about the 20-minute mark. And the Lakers, I believe, are going to have a corner. It's going to be Tarunin, Crimmins, and Pimenta coming in. And they will replace Stevens, Blackstock, and waiting for the third to come out, and Atkinson. So Tarunin in right away. He's going to take the corner here on the near side. Mitro from just outside of Helsinki, Finland. Still no score. Lakers with their corner here, the second of the match. Far side, in-swinger headed up and over. Really didn't have a chance as Brad Kay got his noggin on it. Kay's been really good this year. When you look at scores, obviously, again, King not playing. He's got 7 goals, leads everybody in the country at D2. He's got 15 points. Just, by the way, Ryan King, this is amazing. He's had 11 shots, 9 on goal, and scored 7. I mean, he's at 81%. Actually, if you round up, it's at 82%. Is his shots to goal ratio, which is kind of amazing. Shows you how good of a year he's had. But the other scores, Brad Kay's got 3, Langston Blackstock with 2, Crimmins with a goal, Ignacio Perez has a goal, and Connor Atkinson with a score for the Lakers. So, you know, it's just one of those things that's played back by Crimmins to his own keeper. Came off of a ricochet there. Montevallo. Playing in the midfield. Little touch there by Ngoma from Valsignes in France. Might be how you say it. Close enough. My French is non-existent. So actually, we're talking about everybody on the border. He's one of those guys. He's on the Belgian border, not far from Lille, France, where a lot of World War I took place. There is Grotzel on the far side, plays it back in. Actually, check that. That is Asimovic off the ricochet. Losing his footing, though, is Gutierrez on the far side. Picked up there nicely now by the Falcons. Back through their defense. A touch for Margolin. Back through Carvalho. Ruben Carvalho keeps it on the ground. Gertner, nice play to cut in front. Pimento with the slide tackle. Couldn't get it there, though. And it'll be back by Carvalho and through Margolin for playing it all over to the far side. We'll try that far side wing over the head of Jordan Knight. Headed back, though, by Logan Buckley. Too hot for him to handle. Knight clears it. Big foot, trying to get it all the way to Kay. Headed down by Kay. Squirts over to the far side sideline, trying to keep it in play. Does so. Kay comes back through Rios. Now it'll be back through the midfield. Nguyen plays it on the ground. Tarunan, Mitro looking to distribute through Rios. Back to Nguyen. And goes over the right side. Gutierrez picking up the slack. Let's see if he's got a big cross in him. Does so, but headed back by some good defense there by the Falcons. Loose on the ground, the win on the slide, loses control. Now with a touch on it, looked like it was Carvalho. Now everything slows down. Carvalho takes a breath, back through Margolin. Pace now simmering down slowly. 2 will come in for Montevallo on the next stoppage. A substitution for the Lakers upcoming as well, as Ignacio Perez waits to check into the match. And we're also going to have as an attack by Rios. He's tripped up, and they'll stop the clock as this is going to be a second card on the Falcons. Believe so. It is. And I think that will be on Vladik Margolin, number 4. That would be who at least I'd have it to, but we'll see. And it's going to be just outside the box. Gio Rios is going to take it. 5'5" is the freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Went to Discovery High School. He's got speed. One of those guys. Now, obviously, you look at him out there, and he looks out of place at 5'5", but the speed, the quickness, the agility. And to steal a horrible phrase from NFL analysts, escapability. But right now, they're looking to see if he can score. He's got a 4-player wall in front of him. Hanging back there is Crimmins. He's the closest to the goal. Rios will take the free kick. 6:32 left to play in the first half. Rios tries to put it on frame and just over the crossbar. So the Lakers can't cash in. They'll go to the bench, as we said. Ignacio Perez, he'll come in for Hector Gutierrez. Also into the match, we'll see Daniel Muyambi, a defender, number 24 from Surrey, England, for the Falcons. And it will be Daira Mahachi. Daira Mahachi is from Westmead, Australia. So, as we said, it is a very international match. And anytime at this D2 level, especially in the Peach Belt Conference, of course, this is not a conference match, but it's a very international feel, seems like, at every Lakers home match, especially with their roster, but especially with Montevallo here. Good play. This has been a very exciting first half an hour for a 0-0 score to this point. Montevallo trying to set it up if they could. We're going to have a whistle on the far side. So they'll turn it over. Went off of the far side sideline, said the far side side judge. Tarunan with the touch. Back through Gertner. Toby Gertner. Rogers. Been a good defense here. And, I mean, they've actually played out the captain of this Lakers squad, and Tim Neusser, not in the starting lineup tonight, because it's so good defensively. There's so many players to get in that starting 4 defensively. As Pimenta draws the foul. There's whistled for the foul. He fouled Ngoma. Margolin takes the free kick. Over through Carvalho. He'll go over to his left. Quick touch for Grotzel. And now a touch there for Ngoma again. Keeps it on the ground. Right back to Ngoma after a quick touch by Garner. Go over to the near side. One of those new additions. And Mahachi, a man from Australia. Back through now Ngoma. Carvalho Rounds it out to the far side wing. Picked up there by Crimmins. Crimmins just taking it off the foot there of Muyambi. And we'll have a throw in. Gumiedes will come in the next stoppage of play where he can as Knight plays it back through his keeper in Blachon. Lift in the air to Rogers off the foot of the junior from France. Rogers cutting through some traffic. Nicely played, but finally the numbers got the best of him. Falcons will get now back on the offensive third. Here's Asimovic, their leading scorer. Keeps it on the ground over to his left. And Mahachi swing it through Ngoma. Grotzel looking for a touch to Muyambi. And Ricochet back off of there. Comes back through Carvalho. Swings it back to the middle. Now over here on this near side, Mahachi. Mahachi working against Rogers, just outside the box, 2 steps away. Mahachi now right foot in the box, plays it in, lifted in the air by Gertner. Headed back to Rogers on the ground and coming out the keeper. Beautifully played by Theo Blachon. The 6'6" keeper has that quickness too as we hit the 12:50 mark. Still no score. Lakers have had some very good defense and some good attacks. Same can be said for Montevallo though at this point. We'll get the official stats at halftime as far as shots, but I think the Lakers might have the slight advantage just the moment. Here's Pimenta looking for another shot, and that one is wide. Went to the far side of the net off of these new wind screens. As coming into the match for Montevallo, we're going to see Arad Lev-Ari from Haifa, Israel. And let's see who else. Who else did we miss there, Josh? We got Lev-Ari coming in at number 8. And we got Sam Foles, thank you, from Chester, United Kingdom.
All right, now watching for blue throw or kick, anything pointing to the left. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Beautiful evening here, just on the southern outskirts of Atlanta. Margolin with a touch, gives it into the box. Mahachi cut off there by the Lakers defense. Nicely played. Ngoma plays it back, though. Swings it through Margolin. Keeps it on the ground. Tarunin got a foot in it. Disrupts things. Puts it back now to Rios. Rios trying to cross the center stripe. He was looking for Crimmins before it's cut off by the left back there of the Falcons. Into the box. LaShawn will take it before Sam Foles trying to take it down. I believe Chester is in Wales. Putting that down there because they say they list the United Kingdom. It could be a few things, but he played on the Welsh under 18. So my power of deduction would say that Sam Foles from Wales. Headed back by Knight. Lakers and Rios over there trying to get back in control, but still Carvalho having it for the moment. Little touch pass. Arad Lev-Ari will play it back here to the near side. Through fellow countryman Margolin, Lev-Ari, 2 Israeli players back and forth between each other. And now into space. That was a bad pass. It'll roll all the way to that back line. Keeper will play it instead of going off the back line. Either way, kind of a goal kick. Nonetheless, because he's got such a big leg, but that was off of Cyprian Ngoma. And Ngoma's man from France, sent around that border with Belgium. Long kick. Lakers with Pimento is the closest there on the attack. Tarunin, though, stops it from going back across the center stripe. Mitro turns it around through his friend from Finland in the win. Rios now with it. Rios back to Nguyen. Plays it off to the near side. I think it was last touch by him. No, last touch by Montevallo. They couldn't really believe it, but certainly the Lakers will take it. It will be the Lakers going to the bench as well as Montevallo. Patrick Morton from Vestivia Hills, Alabama, comes in for Montevallo. Rios will check out for the Lakers. He is replaced by Olavo Gumieres, the sophomore from Sao Paulo, Brazil, by way of school in Texas. And right away, Gumieres in the mix. Goes over the far side wing. Settled there, trying to see who that is on the far side. I believe that is Perez. It is. Ignacio plays it back. Young man from Madrid, Spain. I should say Ignacio Perez. And he's tripped up, fouled from behind. Ruben Carvalho whistled for the foul. Lakers will take it quickly. Gumieres plays it over here to Rogers on the near side. Long cross into the box. Crimmins hanging back there, runs into the keeper, held on to by Kuta. And we're not going to have a whistle as they kind of exchange pleasantries and gives him a little pat on the head, but in the good way. As Crimmins, nice kid too. And as Cody Crimmins, just a hard player. And I think Kuta knew that, so no bad words exchanged there, although that could have been a little bit awkward. We tick toward the 8-minute mark. Still no score first half of play. Lakers 19th in the country, looking to go 5-0. Big test here this evening. Back over the far side, Carvalho turns it around, swings it back out to the far side wing. They'll set it up, a big cross. Waiting there, Gertner with a header to reject it back out momentarily. Still in the air. Gumieres almost had it. Back through Nguyen. And now over on that far side, Levari. Looks like it's Foles over there. Foles off the ricochet. Picked up there nicely by Ignacio Perez. Plays it off to Pimenta. The Lakers now back on the attack. He's got a few in front of him. He's got to be mindful, though, to stay onside. Does K in front of him. They'll play it back. Take it away there off of Pimenta. Now Levari back to the middle. Far side. Falcons looking to swing it in. Muyambi off the ricochet. Shot on goal and sat on by Blachon. Well struck by Ruben Carvalho, but so far, très bien for the keeper at the 7-minute mark. Transferred over from one of the best teams at the junior college level, Tyler Junior College in Texas, did Blachon, where he was kind of in a rotation, but they got to the playoffs, didn't play as much. Hard to believe he didn't get as much playing time. Looked like they were offsides. No flag comes up, though. And now the Falcons shot on goal. That one a little slower, but at 6'6", Blachon has to go down to his knees. Remember, nursing a little bit of an injury in his shoulder. So that benign shot came off the foot there of Ruben Carvalho. Still no score. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in the first 45. On the ground, rolled out here on the near side. Picked up by Montevallo and Logan Buckley, the Las Vegas product. They'll go off now to Sam Foles. Back to the middle. Ngoma tied up with Nguyen. A whistle. Advantage for the Lakers. Looked like Arad Levari from Haifa, Israel, was the one that got whistled for the foul. Far side. Chance for Muyambi. Ahead quickly. The keeper out in front of the box. Lifted in the air there nicely by Theo Blachon. Now on the attack, here's Kay and the Lakers. Kay cuts it back to the middle, taken away though by the defense, and we're going to have an offside, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway, as Pimenta was knifing back on the far side, and then when Kay lost it off his foot and then got the ricochet back, Pimenta was very far offsides. Almost 5 minutes left. McNeil played it up through Morton. Knight will track it down before just giving it a flick with his right foot to his keeper, Blachon. Theo thought about throwing it. See now if he'll use his foot. Thought about the throw, goes to the drop kick, and look at that fly. That goes all the way into the attacking third. That is a kick as it comes down, but taken away by the defense of the Falcons for the moment. Nguyen, though, turns it around, trying to put it in the attack. Crimmins now off of his foot, redirects it through Turunen. Turunen now trying to turn it over to the far side. On the ground, over on that far side, I think that was Gumieres. Now back through the keeper, they'll reset. Went through Knight, the keeper, and Blachon, and now Gertner, I should say. Gertner on this near side, a few hops to the keeper in Robert Kuta. 4-minute mark on the nose. We have still no score to this point, although I think the Lakers will see at halftime. I'd just say maybe a shot or two would be my estimation of where they'd lead in shots. Well, like we said, have to look at the official numbers when we get those. The Lakers have played very well, and remember, they are playing without the leading scorer in the country. No Ryan King tonight. So they're a little bit handicapped. 5 shots for the Lakers. That's what we're getting. Thank you. 2 on goal, and how many for?
3.
3.
3 on goal.
Okay. I was right. They had it by 2. Oh. That's the first time I think my estimation's been right on there. Thank you, Josh Darling. We were trying to figure out what you were doing with your hands, and you were giving us numbers. Thank you. Under he says he's from New York, so we were wondering what he was doing. At least it wasn't telling us we were number 1. That's the good part. Under 3 minutes here, as now the Falcons trying to see if they can get some offense going. The Lakers have been stellar defensively, and as it's headed back off there on the far side by Ignacio Perez, it'll go out of bounds. A throw in on that far sideline for the Falcons. They'll do so quickly, trying to rally it here with Muyambi doing so. On a hop, gets it in. The Falcons trying to attack toward the middle. Separated there, and a whistle on the Lakers. Be a free kick from just outside the box. This will be a very big opportunity for the Falcons. Setting it up on that far side by Ruben Carvalho. We hit the 2-minute mark. Could be for the Falcons. Opportunity at this 2-minute mark. Lakers will have to stand up tall defensively. A 5-player wall. Now it becomes 4. It's moving off a little bit to the near side is Ignacio Perez. Setting up their defense. Carvalho to take the free kick. It's high off of the post, headed back and over. And are they going to count it? No, it did not go in. It went off of the post, and I believe maybe the crossbar there. And it almost looked like it was going to go in and bounce off of the goal line and into the top of the net. It did not. Thankfully for the Lakers, that was, whoa, so close to going in, and well too close for comfort for the Lakers. They dodge a major bullet here as we tick down now to a minute mark. 60 seconds left in this first half. Still no score. Oh, I thought Carvalho for sure was going to score there when I saw that ricochet, but it did not happen. Pimenta into space. Ricochets back off. Kay was lurking, but then it comes back now to Carvalho. Trying to turn it around. Nicely taken away off of Carvalho's foot by Gumieres. Played forward. Quickly played back now by Rogers to the keeper after it came off of Sam Foles. They'll keep it through Knight. Knight now swinging it back through the far side. Big right foot, plays it to the middle. Trying to get it to Kay. Instead it went right into the face, oh boy, of that would be Rob McNeil. He's down. They'll stop the clock at 19.5 seconds. Now, he was going up for that header, and it was missed by the Lakers, and it went right into his face. So he had a Brady Bunch moment where it went right to the nose. I feel like he'll be saying Marsha, Marsha, Marsha all the time at halftime. 19.5. I think we need to work on our TV references if we're still going Brady Bunch. That's getting a little dated.
They're remaking that house.
But laughing matter for us. Hopefully Rob McNeil's okay. Doesn't look like it's bloody or anything. He's got to come off here for a moment since they stopped play. And I'm not sure if it got him in the nose, maybe the left eye-ish. Still, just not something expected. He comes right back in. They'll have halftime to lick those wounds as we tick down the final 10. And the Lakers still no score here. Montevallo seeing if they can squeeze off a final shot, but Knight will head it back off to the far side sideline, and that should do it. So the Lakers pretty much in control for the first half, although they couldn't score. But in that final 2 minutes, Montevallo almost with the score off of that free kick just outside the box. It goes off of, I believe, either the crossbar or the post. It might have gotten both. Then went down off of, it almost looked like it was the goal line. From here, we can't really tell. Either way, very, very close. And Theo Blachon then extricated it from at least that danger area. We'll take a break. 15 minutes is our respite. And we'll be back with the conclusion of this match, at least in regulation time. Scoreless so far between the Falcons and the Lakers. Welcome back, everyone. Bill Schindler with you. We get you set for the second half of play here as we are still scoreless between the 19th ranked Clayton State Lakers and the Montevallo Falcons. The Lakers looking to improve to 5-0. The Falcons sit at 1-1-1. And in a scoreless tie, we are pretty much about as even as it gets. Both teams 5 shots apiece, 3 on frame for the Falcons, 2 for the Lakers. Lakers have had the edge in corners with 3-0 and saves 3-2 for Blachon for the Lakers over Kuta, and fouls 6-5 Montevallo with 2 yellows as well. So there you go, as the biggest threat of the evening came in with about 2 minutes out. And that was a free kick from Carvalho. Ruben Carvalho almost put it in net as it goes back to Blachon early on, and a quick save for the keeper on a short hop. Flips it back out through Nguyen, and we are now underway here with the Lakers in control, with Gertner playing it back through his keeper. Crossing over through Knight, left to right across your screen go the Lakers here in the second half. Lights on. It is, like we said, feeling a little chilly with now into the mid to dropping down into the lower 70s and even down into the 60s, in some places upper 50s tonight. It's going to be one of the coldest evenings we've had this fall before it goes back up into the 90s this weekend, as they'll swing it back over through the midfield, headed back by one of the center mids, or defenders, I should say, and Vladik Margolin. Lakers will have a throw in here on the near side sideline. Same starters for Montevallo, and I believe it's the same starting lineup for the Lakers as well. And it'll be out. Who's it off of the Lakers? So everybody's starting for the Lakers, but Pimenta and Turunen are in as the difference between the first half and the second half. Off the end line, goal kick for the Lakers. Blachon goes over through Gertner. Toby Gertner has been a really good addition. I mean, you think about Tim Neusser last year playing so much, and he's not in the match yet. That's because Gertner's been so strong. Rogers, the addition there in the backfield. And now on the run, here comes Carvalho over to the near side. A chance for Castillo. Castillo almost upended, a little chip through. Nicely played there by Knight. Put a stop to it, as well as Ignacio Perez hanging around. And we'll have a throw in direction of the Lakers. Perez to Gio Rios. Lifted off of the top of the Lakers bench. Falcons with the throw in. Mario Gratzel threw it in. Deflected off the Lakers and Knight. So Gratzel will do it again a little bit closer to the attacking third, as we'll throw it in and have a chance for some offense here. Gets it all the way into the box, but Knight will head it back out on the deflection. It came back out toward Carvalho, but then ushered back out by the Lakers. Punched back in, headed back by Knight, trying to get it out somewhere here toward Jack Stevens. Stevens had a touch. Rios, Stevens again to Turunen. Back over to the near side. Perez, the senior from Madrid, lost control. Throw in here for the Falcons on the near side sideline. Fausto Castillo, a man from Guatemala. Cut off there by Perez. Turunen now on the run, far side. Here's Hector Gutierrez. Gutierrez, slow it up. Big cross, trying to get in the backside for Stevens. Headed back up and off of the end line. A corner on the near side for the Lakers as it squirted off the head of Mario Gratzel, the defender from Bavaria. Lakers will send over, I think that is going to be Hector Gutierrez in this near side corner. So Gutierrez will take the corner, near side. Lakers still scoreless, tied at 0-0. Far backside, headed back toward the goal, just over the head though of one of the attackers. Couldn't get it in there. Actually, check that coming out of the corner. That was number 21, Jack Stevens. We couldn't see who that was going down there. It'll be Stevens for the corner. So credit that. We know that because all of a sudden Gutierrez came with the header. We weren't sure exactly who that was heading down there into that corner, but it was, again, Stevens. Gutierrez almost had the finish. So Robert Kuta will take it. Kuta from Zalangora in Poland. Headed back by Stevens, trying to go to Blackstock. Off of Carvalho's back. Now in the direction of the Falcons again. Played at Knight's feet. Knight, it flips it into space, but to Castillo. Forward, Blachon on a hop. Big drop kick by the keeper from Saint Etienne in France. And now here is Rios. Trying to go back, slips did Blackstock, lost control. That was a good attack. Blackstock, though, had a pass behind him and lost his footing. And now on the run, here comes Castillo. He had Knight in front of him, passes off. The wind will intercept it for the moment, knocks it through, fight for possession. The wind goes down to the ground. Whistle will stop play. It'll be outside the box, and we're going to have a free kick for the Falcons. And again, that's in an area that is going to be a tricky spot. So that's very similar to where we saw it earlier. And Ruben Carvalho will take it once again, the midfielder from Mainz, Germany. Three-player wall consisting of Stevens, Gutierrez, and Turunen. Carvalho toward the frame over the crossbar. Lakers dodge another bullet. Carvalho's had the two best opportunities we've seen, obviously for Montevallo, but really for the Lakers as well. Those have been pretty good scoring opportunities, and the Falcons have not cashed in. We still sit 0-0. The Lakers, it is worth repeating if you missed it earlier, and if you still heard it earlier, the Lakers, one of the highest scoring teams of the nation, well, the highest scoring team in the nation right now, in fact. They are by themselves in that category at D2, but Ryan King, the leading scorer individually in the nation, is unavailable tonight with a toe injury. So he is not playing. The Lakers without him, and right now they sit scoreless, knotted up here. Their defense is playing well as Blackstock is whistled for the foul. He got separated there, but he got separated because he pushed one of the Montevallo players down in the back. That was Vladik Margolin, who was fouled, and Margolin will take the free kick. Goes to his right with some finesse. Falcons trying to cross it, headed back by Perez and the Lakers. Stevens corrals it before it comes out here on the near side. Carvalho will usher it out on the near side, and he'll have a throw in for the Lakers. Coming over to do the honors will be Ignacio Perez. Perez was at Truett McConnell University before coming over here from Madrid. The other side of things, we do have a player from Barcelona, or Barcelona if you prefer. Rios will go over to the far side. And now a shot that was deflected there by Gutierrez. Ball still loose. Blackstock is down. There is no whistle. Blackstock laying on the ground. We are going to wait to see here till we have a whistle. I think that's going to be coming soon. There it is. Stop clock. And hopefully Blackstock is okay. The trainer will come look. He has holding his left leg. Can't tell from our angle if that's his knee or thigh. And that is not great news with, of course, King unavailable tonight. Blackstock has been so good. Langston Blackstock, as we said, from Marietta, transferred over from Coastal Carolina and Conway, South Carolina at the D1 level. Blackstock with 2 scores this year. He has 4 points on 6 shots. So he is right at 50%. And he is a little gimpy getting up. And players will come over and give him a pat on the back. That's Rob McNeil. Well, I guess if there's good news, it looks like more the thigh than the knee, but he's not putting any weight on it, and he's hopping off. And Tim Neusser, the captain, will come out to help him off. Now, that is not good news for the Lakers. That is one of their better scores, especially tonight, and in a 0-0 match at 37:05 here in the second half. They needed offense, and one of the best players to give them offense now looks like he'll be on the bench, and I'm not sure what his status to return. I mean, just looking at that, we have no idea if it's a cramp or something else. You hope it's really nothing much, but either way, it had to be helped off. Lakers will substitute as Brad Kay comes on for Blackstock. Kay, another good scorer, though. Brad is second on the team, has one more goal than Blackstock. He's got 3 scores in 5 shots. Go over to Stevens from Kay. Stevens, left foot. Switches back behind Turunen. Surveys the situation, goes through Nguyen. Nguyen, one of those holding mids, goes through Rios. On the ground, couldn't get it through. Nicely cut off there by the defense of Grotzel and the Falcons. Have a throw in for the Falcons as it came off of Turunen here on the near side sideline. Montevallo looking for the long throw, trying to get over the midfield. Waiting for it was Nguyen. Plays it through Rios. Back into space. Picked up there by the Falcons. Now on the run, Castillo. Castillo plays it towards the keeper, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul way back here just over the center stripe. So they'll play it all the way back, and a free kick here for the Falcons. So the official gives them that free kick, but it'll be far enough out that they'll go to the right. Instead of putting on goal, Will Carvalho. So they'll take their time, trying to work it through that picket fence defense of the Lakers. Buckley with a touch. Back through into space. Now through the defense as Margolin with a touch before going back over here to McNeil. Rob McNeil back through Margolin. Trying to put some pressure on there is Kay. Goes back through the keeper and Kuta. Robert Kuta playing it back across the center stripe to the feet of Rogers. Gets by Gertner. Now the Falcons with the attack. Trying to see if they can move it with their leading scorer. He's been quiet tonight, Asimovic. It'll go back through Carvalho. Carvalho, dyed blonde hair top. As Nemanja Asimovic crossing backside, lifted over the crossbar. Well, if you consider the first 10 minutes in this one, and then really the 2 minutes tacked on to that in the first half. So let's just say the last 12 minutes, Montevallo has really been the aggressor so far, and they have had now 3 really good opportunities that have gone wayward. So the Lakers keeping an eye on that, but their defense has been strong. So is the goalkeeping of Blachon, but we sit scoreless, and here come the Falcons again on the attack. Over here to the near side, Perez cuts it off as they were trying to go towards Castillo, and a whistle stops play. And a free kick now for the Lakers as they'll have the advantage. Jordan Knight will have the free kick. You know his story by now, but the young man grew up in England. Has that English accent, but lived for many years in Spain. Fluent in Spanish. It's just it's kind of a cool thing, especially if you're from the United States. You talk to a lot of the international players, the bilingual nature, if not trilingual nature, as especially in Europe, with countries about as close as they are as the States are here. Give you an idea. I mean, it would feel like this team from Montevallo would be in Alabama from Georgia. Probably same difference between some areas of France and Spain. And that is a big cultural difference in not a big geographical difference. 33-30 and ticking. Knight, after the whistle, will go back to his keeper, Blachon. He'll stay on the ground, though, instead of using the big boot. Goes over to Gertner. Toby Gertner back through the keeper. Lakers scoreless, sitting at 4-0, ranked 19th in the country. Now an opportunity as they'll squirt free. Stevens with it. Goes over to Perez. A crosser. Lift in the air. Too hot for off the foot of Gutierrez. Hector Gutierrez lifted it up. Got off the laces, though. What you want for accuracy, and a little bit too high and wide. So Robert Kucha will have the goal kick. Lakers tonight really missing Ryan King, leading scorer in the country, and so they are at 32 and a half minutes left in regulation, looking for some offense, trying to get Kay involved. They get it down to him, but it is off of one of the defenders, though, for the Falcons. That's a break. Went off of McNeil's foot. Throw in for the Lakers. Perez throws it in. Lost again. Perez will throw it once more. A little bit further down. Perez looking for some help. Tarunen's the closest, deciding what to do with it. Long throw and into space, into the middle, lifted in the air in front of the keeper, hung on to by Kuta. They had Hector Gutierrez as the closest attacker for the Lakers. So squirted away before he could square anything up on goal. By the way, we've talked about, I mean, the play on both sides has been very good. We talk about Blachon, who's played very well. Kuta maybe has not been tested as much. And as we said, at halftime they were equal on shots, but at this point seems like that Blachon has been attacked more with more aggressive shots than Kuta has, but he still played well in goal. Now the cross it back. Blachon cuts it off the end line. It'll be a corner, though, for the Falcons. Good play there as it got away. And the only player, well, there was nobody in front of him and Rob McNeil, so Blachon comes out aggressively. We'll have the corner for Ruben Carvalho. He's taken most of their free kicks. We're under 31 minutes left to play in regulation. Carvalho has been in most of the attacking threats. Puts it on the ground, though, a little give and go. Carvalho looking to cut it back. An in-swinger headed back up. Tarunen now will head it back. Carvalho, though, corrals it. Plays it to his left. An attack by Margolin. Crossing to the far side. Couldn't square it up. And now, as the Falcons will retreat, we'll try to play it back to the middle. Rios over there trying to direct it as best he could. The Falcons cutting back, trying to get it on the attack before the Lakers will get it out on the far side sideline. I believe that'll be a throw-in. Good defense there. They didn't lose it off the end line, so instead of a corner, they get that throw-in. But still, they are having to be back on their heels now, especially here in this second half. A long throw from the Falcons. Gertner will head it back off of Rios. Squirts free. Falcons, though, play it back through their defense, holding at that center stripe. Tarunen, though, takes it away from Carvalho. Tarunen now on the run, on the ground, comes back to Kay. Kay with a little touch. Goes back now through Stevens. The young Aussie, the sophomore, back through Nguyen. Nguyen reversing. Does a 360 spin, goes back over to Rogers on the far side. The defender from England into the box. Tarunen squares it. Offsides called as he flipped it toward the goal, but it was off of a defender, and I believe the flag was up anyway. So 29-20 and ticking. Lakers, though, starting to muster a little offense, although they couldn't get a shot on frame. Bill Schindler with you. We thank you for tuning in. Big match for the Lakers, trying to remain undefeated. Just tell, I mean, it's such a good team, but, you know, Dusan Stankovic not available tonight. A groin injury. King unavailable. Two very good players there without. The win, nicely played. He's so good ball skills in the middle of the pitch. Tarunen, one of the attacking midfielders, goes over to the far side. Now on the run. Let's see if Gutierrez could come down with it. He lost it off the end line. A little bit too hot to handle over there on that pass from Tarunen. And so a throw in for the Falcons. Trying to get out of, at least off of their defense. Goes through Carvalho on the far side. Rio shadowing Carvalho. They'll have to play it back, though. Good job by Gio Rios. Lakers still pushing defensively. Keep pushing the Falcons back. Good ball skill passing, though. They try to reverse it near side. That's Mahachi. Actually, check that. I should say that is Nagoma. Now the Lakers with Ignacio Perez. Perez toward the box. Perez, the cross, and couldn't get it through Tarunen, at least cleanly for a shot. Taken away by Carvalho. I think had it been out a little bit more in front of Mitro, he could have squeezed off a shot. Instead, it was more towards him and couldn't hit it in stride. Knight will try to cut it off. Does so, but into space. And now on the attack, The Falcons trying to turn it around, and their leading scorer couldn't put it on frame. Nicely knocked away as it came off the foot. Actually, that was Grotzel. No, that was, no, check that. That was Asimovic, and now we'll have Gertner knocking it down. Asimovic again. Asimovic to the frame and knocked down by the keeper. Nicely played by Theo Blachon. Well, we were waiting for Nemanja Asimovic to get involved, the young man from Belgrade, Serbia. Not called his name much. The Lakers almost had attack. Rios, though, put it behind Jack Stevens. So they'll lose it. And now on the attack again, kept out of the goal by Theo Blachon. They were trying to look for Asimovic again. Smartly played by the 6'6" keeper. Come out of bounds off the header. Laker advantage. Lakers will go to the bench. Turunen will catch a breather. Starter from that first half will come back in. The redshirt senior Connor Atkinson. Also returning for the Montevallo Falcons is Daniel Muyambi. He will replace Fausto Castillo. Gertner, Rogers, Atkinson, Connor Atkinson, young man from England, over there on the far sideline. Into it a little bit there. Has a throw-in advantage. Lakers trying to get it to the center of the pitch. Can't go at least with a shot on frame, though. At least on goal there as it came out toward Muyambi. Knocked away by Perez. Throw in here for the Falcons. Grotzel. Long throw. Knight for the Lakers. Back through Stevens. Nguyen. Atkinson will try the far side wing. Rogers. Right the center stripe. Rogers works it down that far sideline unabated. Now stops, pauses, back for his progress. Comes back, tripped up on the far sideline, draws a whistle. Let's see who that was over there that got fouled for the Lakers. Might have been Perez. No, Perez is coming over to the far side. That was Gutierrez. You see those numbers over there. Atkinson will take it. Free kick. Headed back out. Nicely played. Carvalho. Atkinson fighting for it. Knocks it out of Carvalho's possession, but we'll have a throw in for Montevallo. 24-38 in ticking. The Lakers will send in 3. Same substitution pattern they had earlier in this match. It'll be Cremens, Gumieres, and Pimenta. Gertner now plays it to his right. Knight. Big pass. Over the head, though, there of Brad Kay. And they'll lose it off of the end line. It'll be a goal kick. Sam Foles will come back in for the Falcons. Lakers, as we told you, have Gumieres, Crimmins, and Pimenta coming in. Rios, Stevens, and Gutierrez coming out. Also slipping in there for Montevallo is Daira Machi from Westmead, Australia. So both teams trying to change up their personnel here as we tick down to the final 23.5 minutes in regulation. Still no score between these two. Lakers the leading scoring team in the country, but what a difference without their best offensive weapon in Ryan King, who has that toe injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We'll see if he's available Saturday. That is the next match for the Lakers. So with Stankovic, King, you hope those get sorted out. The 21st on that Saturday will be against West Alabama. That'll be our next broadcast, by the way. Under 23 minutes left to play. Gertner in a bit of a difficulty over there on that far side. Knocked away, though, the last moment by a Montevallo player off of the end line. That helps the Lakers. Goal kick here. Blashawn out to the near side, off of the body there of Perez. And we'll have a throw in for the Falcons. Near side sideline, Mario Gratzel. Long throw, headed back by Gumieres. Played off near side, throw in quickly for the Falcons. They are trying to press the issue with Muyambi. Lakers keep it on the ground, back and forth. Gumieres off of his foot. Carvalho now. Carvalho stops it. Gumieres challenging. Crimmins, though, in front as well. They'll play it back. Crimmins takes it away. Got it off of that pass by Gratzel. And now as it comes back out on the near side, it'll be a throw-in for the Lakers. So they'll do their best now to see if they can get out of this little jam where they've been back being the team that is a little bit more on the ropes with the attacking we've seen so far from Montevallo. They pretty much had the most of the offensive possessions in this second half. Lakers were more of the aggressor in the first third of this match. That kind of changed in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Starting to get about even, but then really Montevallo, those final two, they had a good crescendo as we hit the 21-minute mark. But right now, the Lakers in the second half, not that they've played poorly at all. I mean, these have been very evenly matched teams, but they have been a little bit less offensive-minded. Here's Pimenta. Pimenta sitting on top of it right now, two around him, and they'll play on as it gets taken away by the Falcons on the run. Mahachi on the far side. Nicely played by Gertner on the wing, and he'll play it up through Rogers. Whistle fouled from behind. Rogers got leveled. Trying to see who that was on the far side. That was Mahachi. So Mahachi whistled for the foul. Long kick. Rogers towards the box. A scoring opportunity for the Lakers. It flips out in the air. Gets away, though, from Gumieres and comes back out. Headed into the attacking third once again for the Lakers and Perez. Sling back, though, now here to Gratzel. Taken away from him. Here's Gumieres. Olavo Gumieres into that corner. Gumieres, the young man from Brazil. And it'll be knocked down. It'll be a throw-in for the Lakers, but they'll have it in the attacking third. Got their bench up. Everybody got excited. But they're still going to be, oh no, I'm sorry, the flag was the other way. I thought it was going in the Lakers' direction. It'll be a throw-in for the Falcons. Excuse me. Well, that's a blow for the Lakers. Thought they were still going to be on the attack. But here, after the ricochet, they get it back, though, as Nguyen plays it back through Rogers, who's been a stalwart defensively. So far, looks like they're playing a three, it might right now be a 3-4 type of setup, as they will have a whistle, and that's just outside the box. But we're going to have a free kick for the Lakers just outside the box. And I think we're going to have a card. Official, let's see. Is that a red in his hand? Can't tell. Pimenta got fouled. No, that's the spray can. Okay. Couldn't tell whether that what he had in his hand for a moment. It's the spray can where he wants the ball. But it's just outside the box. You saw something that looked red, and I was going to say, ooh. Didn't look that bad, but okay. No card. No card, just a foul. I believe that is Perez to take it. The free kick will be taken. No, actually, that'll be Gumieres. And Gumieres' shot is parried over the crossbar by Kuta. Olavo had a really good look at it. The 5'9" young man, as we said, from Sao Paulo, sets up a corner. Atkinson to take it. Nice play by Robert Kuta to put it over the crossbar. That would have been in had he not flicked it up and over. In swinger toward the back of the frame, and that will be off of a defender. No, I thought it was off of a Falcon. Lakers thought they were going to have a corner on this near side. Instead, it went off of a Laker. We are under 18 minutes, 17:40 and ticking. Still no score, but the Lakers right there. An opportunity that they thought they might cash in on. Kuta, long goal kick across the center stripe. Headed down, back there by Knight. Jordan trying to separate there as Nguyen with Carvalho fighting for it. No whistle, play on. Here comes Atkinson. Atkinson into some space, trying to cross it to the far side. An opportunity for Pimenta and the Lakers. He slips, falls down, comes back up, gets right back to the ball, but it squirts away back to the Falcons and their possession. They'll work down that far side sideline, trying to move it over there with Grotzel and Carvalho. Lost it, throw in for Rogers and the Lakers on that far side sideline. We'll have a whistle and a talking to with Crimmins and Carvalho. And the official mediating between the two, a throw in for the Lakers and Rogers now after the stern warning to both players. Goes to Atkinson. A little touch pass to was he going to Pimenta? Yes, he was. Got knocked away. Atkinson, though, got it back. Played off of a Falcon defender into the tree off that far side sideline. A throw in for the Lakers. So as Rogers will receive the ball, they're in the attacking third, and he'll have a throw in on that far side sideline under the light stanchion. We tick towards 16 minutes in regulation. Still no score. Crosser, backside, too far for Kay. He was the one lurking. Back toward the center stripe. Opportunity for Sam Foles. Gertner, though, his same number, both number 2, gets it and puts it ahead to Rogers. Knocked away, though, from Josh Rogers. He'll have the throw in. Lakers still with the attack. If we do go to overtime, we'd have 2 10-minute periods. The golden goal, sudden death, sudden victory, however you want to slice it. If we get to overtime, the team that scores first will get the victory. Luke Garner will return to this match. Striker from North Hampshire in England. Went to the Malcolm Arnold Academy. Actually, it's just down as the Malcolm Arnold Academy. I just wanted to do the Ohio State thing and say the Malcolm Arnold Academy. All the way out by the keeper in Kuta. Atkinson. Centered at the mid-stripe. Not well struck there by Rogers, but he gets it right back. So a little give and take by both teams in the midfield, and then a foul will draw the advantage for the Falcons. Down into crunch time. Final 15 minutes here of the 90 in regulation. Off of the Lakers on the far side. Crimmins was the last to touch. Throw in for the Falcons. Montevallo will do so. Logan Buckley was drifting over. Instead, they'll go not to Buckley. Hard to see who that is over there on the far side. Buckley now with it for the moment. Lift in the air. Lakers trying to get back on defense. Atkinson had a touch on it before Gertner lifting it far and wide over on that far side sideline. Another throw-in will be coming for Montevallo. Mahachi will throw it in on that far side. Daira Mahachi from Australia. Loose, picked up by the keeper. Nice play there. Got in pretty deep, but well played again by Theo Blachon. Now the Lakers trying to stretch it out here quickly. Perez playing it to Pimenta. Pimenta is tackled. It looked like that should have been a foul, but they'll play on as they'll play it back to the middle and nicely skipped out, but it will be a corner on the near side for the Lakers. Thought we were going to have a whistle on the near side. They didn't whistle it. Contact. They just said play on. Lakers will send Connor Atkinson over here to the near side. Atkinson, redshirt senior, he does have a score on the year. 6'1" from Liverpool, home of the Beatles. Blue-collar kind of town on the western side of England. Nice ball, headed back up, and a bicycle kick, couldn't get it in. Oh, the bicycle kick that almost put it in frame for Cody Crimmins. Crimmins, the transfer who came over from Young Harris, had to sit out last year. He's a junior. Crimmins at 5'8", has scored this season as well. That was a beautiful bicycle kick, but just could not find the frame. So hard to do so on a bicycle kick. I mean, in some ways it's amazing when you can make contact. Pimenta headed it back off of Perez. Lakers trying to get in control. They'll have a free kick here, though, after they were fouled. Final 12 in regulation. Still no score between these two. The Lakers, the leading scoring team in the country. That might change here, but I'm sure they'll take a victory over holding that moniker. Of course, they are without the leading scorer in the nation tonight, and Ryan King. Not sure if he'll be available Saturday or not either, but no, he's got a toe injury. It was a game-time decision. Here's Atkinson on the free kick. Connor's kick over Pimenta's head, deflected back out into space, and back out through Atkinson. He'll flip it back in. Crimmins was lurking. Pimenta there as well. Crimmins cuts it off. It's a 2-on-1 advantage for the Lakers. They'll play it to the end line. Will it go off? We're still waiting. No, they save it. Back cross. Couldn't get it in there. Kay was lurking. Go over to the far side sideline. Lakers will have the throw in. Lakers trying to force the issue. They give it to Rogers. Quickly back in on a hop. Off of Gumieres. He'll lose control, though, and now the Falcons back on the run, trying to get back. And Rogers, no, check that. That will be Kay. Brad Kay with the whistle and a card. Brad Kay picks up the yellow. Rightfully so, too. I mean, that was not a bad play by him in some ways, and a smart way to slow things down, but it was a dangerous play because he had no play on the ball. He was coming in, simply tripped it up, so I think that was a very judicious use of a yellow card. 11:06, frozen on the clock at the moment. More of a chilly evening now, as we say that at the end of the summer here in Georgia. The coldest temperatures we felt in quite a while. The wind starting to gust a little, but this soccer match starting to heat up as Knight plays it off to the near side sideline. Came in on the attack there from Logan Buckley. We'll have a throw in for the Falcons. Mario Grotzel will come over to do so. Grotzel, long throw into the box. Header headed up there by the Lakers and Perez. Back over Pimenta, lifting it well in the air, way out of play. Throw in again, and once more Mario Grotzel from Bavaria, Germany. Played for the football club Ingolstadt over in Germany. Speaking of fellow countrymen, first time tonight we're going to see Tim Neusester come in. Defender. Drop 4 back defensively. The captain will come in here after it's off on the near side. And we'll have Neusester checking in. He's going to come in for Gumieres. Olavo Gumieres, sophomore. Graduate student is Neusester from Bad Berleburg in Germany, by way of the University of Cologne. Long throw, headed back by Atkinson. Still loose ball. Picked up by Crimmins. Pimenta back into space. Still on the attack, though. Here come the Falcons. That will go through Grotzel, off of Pimenta. Grotzel will throw it in quickly. 9.5 left to play in regulation. They get down into that corner, trying to look for Asimovic. Can't do so. Throw in again. Flip it back. Young man has been handling those throws. Grotzel will do so once more. Lakers defense with Bashan in frame. That's a loose ball. Put it towards frame and sitting on top. Theo Blachon, a shot that came off of the leading scorer, and Nemanja Asimovic couldn't get on frame. The Lakers now an opportunity, or couldn't get it past the keeper, I should say. And Blachon, Lakers, though, couldn't get the shot off, though, on the other side. Is now Carvalho trying to get it across the midfield. Nicely played by Pimenta. Separates the ball from Carvalho. Although on the other side, he will get separated himself by Grotzel. Fighting for it. Back and forth. Pimenta really using some energy. And we're going to have a throw in for the Lakers. So they'll have the advantage. Crimmins quickly goes in through Kay. Kay fighting to push it back towards Atkinson. Goes to his left. Lakers looking to strike here in a scoreless tie. Atkinson too high. Put it on a laser, but over the crossbar. Connor looking for a second score of the year and the first tonight. what could have been a decider. We're still tied 0-0, 8:10 left to play in regulation. This is, if you looked at the records, again, it's worth reiterating. If you missed the beginning of this match, Montevallo is 1-1-1, but they have a very good team. This is something where, Pete Peterson was talking about, don't overlook this team at all. They knew this was going to be a tough one, especially with Ryan King out tonight. And now an opportunity as that looked like a foul in the box. It wasn't called. Luckily there as separated. Boy, Montevallo wanted that one. Castillo got bumped down there by Gertner, and they really wanted a foul, but the official did not give it. It would have been a penalty kick if so. So the Lakers now back on offense, losing control, though, as Ignacio Perez was trying to get possession, could not do so. And the throw-in will go to McNeil. Whew, I'll tell you what, if that would have been a whistle in the box, it could have been good night with a penalty kick under 8 minutes. Never know with those, but would not have been good news. So the Lakers dodge a bullet there. Played ahead by Asimovic. Into space, Luke Gardner. There's Gertner. The Gertner-Garner matchup. And as Gertner plays it off the end line, it'll be a corner here on the near side for Montevallo. The Falcons will have an opportunity to try to put the first score of the match for either club in the back of the net. Under 7 minutes. We're at 6:40 now. Well, the man who's taken pretty much all the free kicks wherever they've been will do so once again. That's Ruben Carvalho. Seen him almost score so many times throughout this match. Carvalho bends the flag back, looking to try to get comfortable. In no rush at the moment. Now he takes the flag out. Stop clock. I was going to say, I don't think he can do that. I don't know why that flag all of a sudden had to face the wrath. He's taking corners a lot. I'm not sure if it got moved or not, but he had to do some landscape work there. Now the official comes over to assists. Wanted that flag in, 6:15. Now Carvalho, okay, everybody all set. Flag is fine. And toward the back of the net, nicely knocked away by the defense of the Lakers. Good work in there. I think Gertner was the one who might have knocked it out, as it'll be sent back in, headed back by Knight off of the long shot, a prayer really, for Rob McNeil. They'll send it back in. The keeper, Blachon, out of the box. They'll cross it back. Saved at the end there by Knight. Oh, my gosh. Out of position was Blachon. Could not keep it. And Jordan Knight, the senior, just saved the match for the Lakers. That'll be a defensive save. They'll credit to Jordan Knight. It'll be a corner here on the near side. Blachon got out of position. Whew. Jordan Knight. Thank you. Gracias. Whatever language he chooses. Whoa. Still, though, the Lakers in peril at the moment. Carvalho, 5:25 left to play. No score. In swinger. Backside. Nicely knocked out by Blachon, the keeper. Trying to get it to Crimmins. Crimmins in a fight for it. Trying for possession. That's outside. Connor Atkinson comes in with the slide tackle. Separates the ball, but the Falcons still with possession on the far side. The Lakers with Rogers. Now plays it into space. They'll get a breath. Crimmins on the run trying to knock it down. McNeil, though, plays it back through his keeper. Kuta will lift it in the air back to the center stripe, but the Lakers for the moment have dodged a bullet. The win. Trying to go to Pimenta. Instead, it will go to Grotzel. He'll lose control. Lakers, Pimenta centers it. A pass right to Buckley, though. Buckley goes ahead. And now here's Garner. Garner, Knight on defense. Slips by. Garner, left foot. Comes back to the near side. Tries to put on frame. Knocked down by Knight. Back into space. And swing and a miss there for a moment. Carvalho tries to bend it in and can't go on the far side. Off of the far side post. Just missed going toward the net. It hits that back windscreen. Whew. Both teams really trying to finish this one in regulation. Lakers go to the bench. Kay comes out. Stevens back in. The sophomore from Brisbane, Australia, number 21, Jack Stevens, into the match. Lakers trying everything they can to do to stay undefeated and win this one in regulation. 4 minutes left. We'd go to overtime if there is no score. Like we said, 2 10-minute periods. And if there's no score after that, we would have a tie. And, of course, it is sudden victory, death, golden goal, however you want to slice it. Whoever scores first in the final 20 minutes would be tonight's victor. This has been such a well-played match. The highest-scoring team in the country are the Lakers. This is the first time they've been ranked in 8 years, and today is actually the 50th anniversary of Clayton State. So the university founded today, at least they broke ground. First day of classes, okay. So it was the first day of classes back in 1969 for the university. It would be nice if they could get a victory on that anniversary. They opened up a time capsule earlier today, had a band, a celebration for that. And the band's not around right now, but if the Lakers would win this one, we'd have an encore, that's for sure. The Lakers trying to get on the scoreboard here. Here's Atkinson holding possession, goes over to his right. Perez, Ignacio will pass it over to the near side, was looking for Pimenta, was knocked out. Lakers back to the bench. We're going to have Hector Gutierrez check in. And he comes in for Pimenta. Gives it right to Gutierrez. Lift in the air off of one of the defenders. Looked like that might have come off the foot of Gratzel. And now with the attack, Luke Gardner back through Asimovic. Asimovic couldn't get it going. Be a throw in, though, for the Falcons here on the near side sideline. 2:20 and ticking. Mario Gratzel. Long throw. Headed in the air by Montevallo. Crimmins kicks it out. Far side, Neusser over there, and they're playing Tim up a little bit. It's a different look. I think they're letting Tim and his size kind of try to be more of the attackers instead of playing back defensively. Across, and Knight will watch it roll out off the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Lakers at 1:50. I do have a feeling there's a lot of people watching this broadcast on either side of whatever their rooting interests are with a brown bag right now in their hands, catching their breaths. Been such a well-played match for a 0-0 draw at this point. It has been highly entertaining. Lakers watch it go back. Coming out is the keeper, LaShawn. Well out of position, but nobody around him. Comes back into the box, picks it up. Theo, as we tick toward the final 67 seconds, a drop kick for him. High in the air. If this was football, that would be a fair catch over Neusser's head. Crimmins, closest Laker to it. Trying to separate there, can't do so. Falcons working it forward. Goes to Rogers, though, for the Lakers on that far side wing. The defender now looking to cross it back. Trying to go over through Neusser. Nice little header, but in the direction where nobody was. Carvalho settling it on the ground, near side. Their leading scorer, Asimovic. One last opportunity with 30 seconds left. Asimovic cuts to the middle, deflected, and a beautiful save. A dive to the left by the Lakers. Theo Blachon coming up huge. Magnifique. Lakers in the final 18 seconds. Whew, dodged a huge bullet there. Blachon, with that sore shoulder, had to leave his feet. Did so beautifully, though, to save this match where it is. 11.6. Clock will stop. It'll be a throw-in for the Lakers. This will be a Hail Mary of sorts here. Rogers to do so on the far side. Flips it in quickly. They'll give it to Atkinson. He's got a big boot. Can he put it on frame? Atkinson into the box. Knocked back out. Atkinson again. Knocked out again over the far side. Rogers. And he can't connect. Was trying to give it a boot. And will go to overtime. Still scoreless. The number 19 team in the country, the Lakers. Whoa. It has been a roller coaster ride. Montevallo, in fact, probably had a better second half. But the Lakers withstood an onslaught, especially at the end. They saved it. A huge play by Jordan Knight to do so as his keeper got out of position. And then Theo Blachon, a beautiful dive in the final 20 seconds to make sure we go to overtime. So sit back, buckle up. In 5 more minutes, we've got the first overtime period. Back with more in just a moment. Welcome back to Overtime, everyone. Bill Schindler with you. Scoreless so far between the Falcons of Montevallo and your Lakers of Clayton State, the number 19 team in the country. But it was all Falcons. It was very, very even in that first half. Both teams had 5 shots apiece. Lakers had 5 in that second period, but Montevallo a dozen. 12 shots. They have outshot the Lakers 17-10 at this point. 6-2, though, for corners for the Lakers. And right now, though, Montevallo with the best opportunities, but the Lakers' defense has been very outstanding to this point. They just need 1 goal. Let's see if they can do so here. First 10 minutes, we'll have a 2-minute stoppage if we are still scoreless after the first 10, and then the final 10 minutes. So we got 20 minutes to see after 90 if anybody can score. And if not, Lakers would be 4-0-1. Montevallo will be, well, and there's some little pushing and shoving over there. Montevallo wanted to throw in. The Lakers, though, had the advantage. They'll throw it on the far side, do it once more. As on the far side, that is Hector Gutierrez to do so. Gutierrez now flips it back. The official in our way. Couldn't see who threw that in, but he goes to Rios. Swing it back. Maybe that was Knight. Back through Pimenta into the attacking third. Back through Rios. We'll go over to the far side. An opportunity to cross for the Lakers on frame toward Tarunin. Couldn't hammer it home. Just missed on that far side post. Ho, ho, ho. Actually, that was Crimmins. Check that. Cody left his feet. Cody Crimmins down there. Tarunin was lurking around, too. He was on the attack, was the midfielder from Finland, but it was Crimmins who played it off the foot. Just missed. Oh, missed it by maybe, I don't even know if it was a foot. I mean, it was maybe a half foot. I don't know. That was very close on that far side post. 8.5 in this first overtime. Gertner headed over to his left. Rogers lifts it in the air off of that header, trying to get it over there to Gutierrez if possible. Taken away by the Falcons. Played on the ground through their midfield. Carvalho cuts it back off of Tarunin. Loose ball. Gertner now fighting for it. Toby Gertner plays it off to his right. Circling back, playing it forward, Gutierrez. Down that far side sideline, Crimmins trying to track it down. Waiting, though, defensively was Rob McNeil. They'll play it back through the keeper and Kuta, Robert Kuta. The young man from Poland plays it to the midfield. Headed back by Gutierrez and the Lakers. Loose ball. Fighting for it is Rios. And a whistle will stop things. Gio Rios, 5'5", but playing well above his height and weight. Free kick goes to Tarunin off of Rios as they go to the left, back through Rogers. Gives it a little give and go right back to Tarunin. Back to Rogers. Rogers fighting for it, trying to get some space. Gives up the possession. Falcons with it now. Back to the middle. Gertner forward. And now Tarunin. Tarunin, 7:26 and ticking. Tarunin crossing backside. Couldn't get it at least toward the frame enough, but Gutierrez will track it down before he goes off that far side sideline. Cutting it back through Rios. Gio Rios cuts it in front of Carvalho. Off of Carvalho, played off of the end line, and that will be a goal kick. Oh, I guess it last touch the Laker. I thought it got a ricochet off of the Falcons, but it will be a goal kick. So 6:53 in this first OT. The good news is the Lakers have been more of the aggressor here for the first 3 minutes. But still, we are scoreless. Knight, who essentially saved the match earlier with his stop with the keeper, LaShawn, out of the net. And that, not an exaggeration to say he saved the match. The senior from Havia, Spain. 6:20 and ticking. It's going to be a heartbreaker if one of these teams does walk away victorious. It would be a long ride back to Alabama, and if the Lakers would lose after dipping into the top 25, this would be a heartbreaker for them as well. And now, an opportunity for the Falcons. They're first in overtime. Trying to work it back and into the goal. It will end things as the Falcons will win. We'll get a confirmation of who scored that. Is it Grotzel? It will be Fausto Castillo. 25, Castillo. The assist goes to Luke Garner at 5:58. here in the first OT. Man, oh man. Well, a heartbreaker. Just saying how tough this would be to swallow. And right now the Lakers fall for the first time this year. Well, one of those were still, it has been a very good performance. And remember, this was a team without the best player, arguably, at this point, through the first 4 matches in the country, at least offensively, and Ryan King. And King, that senior from County Durham in England, with the toe injury. And King not available tonight. That made a difference. And the Lakers, who were victorious 1-0 in regulation time against Tampa the last time out, fall 1-0 here in overtime to Montevallo at 5:58. The score, as we said, once again credited to Fausto Castillo, the forward from Guatemala, and from Guatemala City in Guatemala. And so the Lakers fall to 4-1. 2-1-1 now are the Falcons. Lakers still at 19 in the country. We'll see how that changes, though. Of course, they've got a match on Saturday. That will be our next broadcast. That will be against West Alabama at 7 p.m. So we'll be under the lights again this Saturday here on the pitch. So we will see you then. The Lakers with a heartbreaker, though, this evening, as they were very good. 5-5 in shots, but then that second half, you could see, starting to pull away a little bit. 12-5, Montevallo outshot them. And the Lakers did start off that first 3 to 4 minutes really well in OT, and then that final shot that put the nail in the coffin. Well, we'll say so long tonight here from Morrow, Georgia. We'll see you on Saturday at 7 p.m. I'm Bill Schindler saying so long for now. The Falcons 1-0 winners in overtime against the Lakers.